Huge news for the market. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I couldn't make a video yesterday, but today the amount of news that is coming out is absolutely parabolic and absolutely astronomical. So I've decided to make a very detailed video, go deep into every single piece of news and debunk what is now not important and, kind of show you what is important. I'll just show you my trades and my expectations going forward, etc. So let's just dive in to the technical chart. We're gonna come back because there's a lot of stuff to discuss here. When it comes to my trades, this AI trade that was posted actually it's incredible how well AI works. Because reminding you that these trades, a lot of the trades even from our P&L previously, like this P&L that you've been seeing before, it was fully done by AI and the decisions were made by AI. And this trade is not an exception. And also the AI bot suggested entry prices at 2,600, 2,800, and 3,000. Considering all the things I was mentioning in the previous videos, a lot of the news I was mentioning in my videos previously has been from AI. I was just taking pieces and excerpts from it. So far we are in profit, which is pretty freaking incredible. And I'm reminding you that on the 16th of November, we're gonna have a very big event, 5-day event, a 5-day online AI challenge, where I invite you for free. There is a link to this event down in the description of this video. You will learn how AI works, how we've coded our AI, and how we utilize learning models and how we feed data in terms of our trading strategies, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, on-chain analysis, etc. And also even Delta D60 and bids and asks our AI sees in real time and makes trading decisions. So it trades for us. And this is basically the type of results we were getting, which is pretty freaking insane. And it even calculates risk management. So, and we're also going to be giving away $250,000 worth in prizes because we made some good money this year. I was like, okay, we're going to give away a Rolex, Audemars Piguet, a Patek Philippe, a couple of MacBooks, 7 iPhones, 10 Ledger wallets preloaded with some cash, each with $1,000 in cash, and a trip to Dubai to hang out at our mansion and just drive around in supercars, go for dinner, talk about things. So it's just going to be real cool. So come join us. Link to it down in the description of this video, November 16th to 20th, and you will understand how you can leverage AI in your own trading because it's just phenomenal. And these trades, this setup was created by AI. Anyway, let's keep going. And you guys can see I'm trading over on Bybit. You can also trade on Bybit if you're okay with the centralized exchange and if you want to do KYC. Link to it down in the description of this video. You can claim up to $30,000 initial deposit bonuses. This is the deposit blast-off campaign. And then there is the $100 rewards for all users. You can complete KYC and claim $20, or deposit $100 and also claim $20, etc. You can see this on the screen, and you can do all of that in Reward Center, but only if you register using the link down in the description of this video. But if you don't like centralized solutions, you can go with Evadex, which is a DEX, and you always self-custody your assets. It's anonymous and non-KYC. So there's also a link to it down in the description of this video, and it's very convenient to use, to be honest. So, and you can get the 10% cash back on your trading fees. Anyway, shills out of the way. Now let's get into what is important. There's so many news. This piece here, it's not really news, but that's something I really wanted to mention because it kind of goes in line with a lot of the stuff discussed in previous video with Ray Dalio's concept. And if you didn't read his book, Changing World Order, you really should. It's pretty smart. So this guy here, he talks about these big cycles, just like Ray Dalio, but kind of tiny bit shorter. Ray Dalio talks about 100-year cycles, and he's so fucking correct about everything he says. But this guy here talks about like quarters of that 100-year cycle, so like 27-year cycles. And every single time we have a big crash, including the .com bubble, the internet bubble, we're kind of in everything bubble now coming up to 2027. So now we kind of can expect some kind of a correction just because the good things we need to see will kind of be probably a bit further in future, but it would only be a huge buying opportunity, which is what I'm going to show you. But then 2026 and 2027 right here, major crash, just like 2000, 79, 46, etc. And if he says this is going to be correct, then we definitely live in a simulation. If it happens, we're really in a simulation, which I would not be surprised, to be honest. But this is just general supporting the entire narrative I was discussing previously, because a lot of people who just watch one of 3 of my videos get confused. Sometimes I talk about short term, but I always say what I talk about: short term, long term, big mega cycles, etc. So it's important to stay in tune and actually watch my videos from the beginning until the end with actually listening with your ears open. So next piece of news, which is relevant to what is happening now. US Treasury and the IRS issued new guidance giving crypto exchange traded products, CTPs, a clear path to stake digital assets and share staking rewards with their retail investors. This is amazing. However, there's a problem with this because a lot of people said, oh yeah, Ethereum must be pumping. And then you check the Ethereum chart and it ain't doing that very much. So why that is, there is a clear reason for it because yes, even though it gives this guidance and you can do staking in the Ethereum ETF now, but it doesn't automatically mean that there is going to be staking in the existing ETFs. So it might require extra approvals, it might require changes in their current formulations and formulas, whatever. So, and that's why it says here that it probably will not be widely available until the mid-2026. So what I'm trying to say here is that we have so many good news happening, but I think it seems like that most of the stuff is really going to come to fruition in 2026. And that kind of spells some trouble for the current price action. That's why the AI has been showing us levels on Ethereum all the way down to 2600. AI is insane. So come join us at that event on the 16th. Link to it down in the description of this video. Because if you're trading without AI these days and you're making decisions, technical decisions for scalp trading, day trading, swing trading, or just investing in crypto or choosing the assets you buy and you're doing it without AI, you're wasting a load of time. You're risking money because you're going to be making dumber decisions and you're just really lagging behind. Come join us on the 16th. Seriously. So therefore, and that's what, because a lot of these things here, this is what AI has been analyzing. It has been so correct so far. Next piece of news, which is important. This is huge though. That's why we kind of had some tiny bit of upside movement on crypto. Senate reaches a deal to end U.S. government shutdown. So congratulations, finally we're done at least with this, the longest shutdown in history. So now the SNAP checks should be coming back to people once this is cleared. So people like food stamps and stuff will finally start getting money so people can actually eat and maybe they'll have an extra bit of money because 8 million people are on food stamps and SNAP program in the United States. So they will be getting their checks so they can finally spend some money on crypto as well. I know it's cynical, but that's just how it works. But this is amazing news. Next thing, which is even better, and that's why I'm always telling you watch my videos entirely, because the deeper we go, the more important the news becomes, that President Trump announces Americans will receive at least $2,000 dividend payment, including high-income tax earners, excluding high-income earners. So, which means this is from the tariffs. And he wants to give away $2,000 stimulus checks, which is fantastic because this is very similar to what happened during COVID. So everybody was at home and they were receiving stimulus checks and everybody wanted to gamble in crypto and they put that money into crypto because it's free money. Who gives a shit? I didn't earn that money. I got it from the government. I'm sitting here. I have nothing to do. I want to trade. I want to do this. I want to take those 2,000 and turn them into 15,000. So that's why partly there was a lot of liquidity flowing to altcoins. And that's after the pandemic when they gave up so much money, it all exploded. So the same thing is kind of a bit similar here. And a lot of people are talking about this, that there we go. We are going to have a bull market. And he floated this idea before. But the problem is if you really analyze this a tiny bit more and really kind of dig a bit deeper, and this is also like whenever I see any kind of piece of news, I always analyze it through AI and sometimes to even the basic one, ChatGPT. If you use ChatGPT right now for cooking pancakes or scheduling your day, it can really give you estimates on many things. We have much deeper AI, but sometimes even basic AI can do some good. And if you ask even the basic AI, ChatGPT, as to what we can expect going forward in terms of these stimulus checks from the US government, at best, we might see it, the first distribution of checks, May to August of 2026, and full rollout to most eligible individuals late 2026. So even though this looks pretty fantastic, it's not going to happen soon. So that's something you need to keep in mind. Now, going forward, what you need to pay attention to as well is the interest over time. The Google search term level right now for crypto, look, it's at literally, like right here, it's at bear market levels. That's how uninteresting crypto is right now, which means what? It usually historically, and if you combine it with, for example, fear and greed index, you can combine it with MVRV score, you can combine it with bid and asks analysis, you will see that it's usually historically is not a bad, it might not be the best time to accumulate on DCA, but usually it is a good time at least. So what is telling me, like when I'm seeing all these things, when I understand these things, I understand that short term, that's what our now, like our full AI, which is what we're going to be talking about on the 16th, has told us that this is going to be a very nice trade. It can bounce off of any one of these levels and finally go into this small type of bull market, but we're still expecting a short-term kind of bounce, but then lower prices where we're going to be entering heavier into this position. And if we take some good profit, we'll take some good profit. If not, we'll just be going according to the plan, which actually has been created by AI. But in terms of them, that's why I'm inviting you on the 16th to come join us, because otherwise you're wasting your time if you're not using proper AI. So, because in terms of technicals, what we were saying now, we kind of broke above this level, like in Ethereum. This level, this has been quite important before. It kind of opens the road to 3,800 and maybe even 4,300. So basically, this resistance right here, give or take, something that kind of is interesting, but I believe that I would not be surprised to see kind of another dip lower to get to our orders, because our AI told us that this kind of a scenario is very possible. If it prompts from here, great. But again, even all these news, they all look great and all, but they will all come to fruition later. It will all happen much later, not now. And we need real liquidity flowing in, and we're not going to be seeing this. So that's why even Bitcoin, we had this important order block. Yeah, we kind of pumped like off of this support, looks so perfectly, 99,000. That's why I told you 100K was so important. And then we pumped into this order block like 106, 107, and we were getting rejected from it. Look how weak the price is. As soon as we were this, like as soon as we grabbed some liquidity here, we're reversing straight down. It's like, it's not looking that great. I mean, could be wrong. Could, I don't know, go pump to 111. But overall, it just does not look that great. And these 90K would just be so nice, and 2,600 per Ethereum. And then just real turnaround when these things, everything that has been mentioned previously, it would start coming together kind of. So therefore, guys, stay vigilant, understand these news, understand when these things can come about, and come join us on the AI Revolution Challenge, where I'm going to be walking you through how you can actually create your own AI for trading and investing in crypto on the 16th of November. Link to it in the description of this video. And check out this tutorial popping up on the screen as to how to trade properly. I created a small course where you can learn how to start trading in a smart way. Thank you for watching. See you next video.